So today we're talking all about bean bloat. That's right. I just got off a call with one of my clients, and this is a common side effect that I hear often is when my clients start incorporating beans and legumes, which is a very important strategy in lowering your cholesterol. When they start eating them and they're not used to eating them, they often report an uncomfortable side effect of bloating, gas, and that's what I refer to as bean bloat. But you're in luck. There's 5 strategies that you can implement if this is happening to you. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Veronica. I am the heart dietitian. I am a dietitian specializing in heart disease. And one of the major strategies I use to help lower LDL cholesterol is reducing your animal meat, replacing it with plant-based protein. And one of the largest components of plant-based protein are those beans and legumes. So why does bean bloat happen? Well, beans and legumes contain a nutrient called oligosaccharides and different types of fibers. We want to eat beans and legumes for their fibers, but if you're not used to eating these beans and legumes, then you don't have the gut bacteria to help with the digestion of them. The good news is you can start to grow this gut bacteria that helps with the digestion, but it takes a little bit of time. So eating the beans and legumes more often, your gut bacteria are more efficient at digesting these nutrients like oligosaccharides and fiber, which helps reduce that bean bloat or the gas and bloating you experience after eating the beans and legumes. So eating them more regularly will help. However, you don't want to start with big bowls of beans and legumes. The first strategy is to start eating them regularly, but start small. It could be as easy as 1 tablespoon a week and then gradually increase it from there. This tablespoon could be incorporated into things like smoothies. I have a great smoothie recipe here that you could add and it blends right in. You could add it to dishes that you're already making just so that your gut and gut bacteria get used to these types of nutrients. And even blending beans and legumes like through hummus can be helpful as well. So hummus makes a great snack, a good spread for a sandwich. Can be incorporated many different ways. So that's also an easy way to start adding a few tablespoons here and there. The second strategy is soaking your beans and legumes. So soaking your beans, you could do this, well, you should be doing this if you are cooking your beans and legumes from scratch. So if they're dried, you need to soak your beans and legumes. So basically you put the beans into a bowl of water, you fill that bowl up to cover the beans, you leave it overnight, and then you want to discard that water. You can also probably see some bubbling coming up. So that's kind of relieving some of that gas from the beans, which is awesome. You rinse it, and then you can soak them again to further help with the breakdown of these fibers. Once you're done soaking them, you want to drain, rinse them, and then put them into a pot of water to boil and cook the beans. So you want to do 3 cups of water to every 1 cup of dried beans, and you'll want to use fresh water for this. Then all you have to do is boil them until they're cooked, and that will help to minimize the effects of the gas and bloating. Step 3, you can cook beans really well. So cooking them well will help break down some of the fibers for you so that your digestive tract does less work. So that could be, boiling them for longer periods of time. Using a pressure cooker could help. So having an Instapot around, just put the beans in there, and that really helps to cook the beans more thoroughly. Another trick is you could actually add maybe a pinch or so of baking soda when you're cooking and boiling these beans, and that further helps with the breakdown of these nutrients. Step 4, you could try having digestive aids. So there's lots of enzymes on the market. One comes to mind is called Beano, and that if you take that before a meal, that can help provide your digestive tract some of the enzymes that help break down the beans and legumes. Another digestive aid is using herbal teas. So things like peppermint tea, ginger tea, if you consume them after a meal, that also helps with digestion, moving things through your system. And the final recommendation is making sure you're staying hydrated, you're drinking enough fluids, particularly water, when you are having or adding more fiber to your diet. So staying hydrated really helps with moving the food through your digestive tract. If you're dehydrated, it oftentimes the food's kind of is more slowly moving through your tract and it stays there for longer periods of time, which then gives the bacteria in your gut opportunity to eat away at the food, and a byproduct of that is gas and bloating. So staying hydrated with water really helps, and also moving, making sure you're getting up, moving throughout the day, doing regular physical activity. It doesn't have to be strenuous exercise, but having movement in your day really helps to move your food through your digestive tract. And lastly, I have lots of recipes that incorporate beans and legumes in a tasty way. So be sure to check them out. And you can always download my free 7-day meal plan that helps to lower your blood pressure and cholesterol using food and nutrition. Bye for now.